Hello, it's Alan. I am back at work. It's my first day of the semester. So, guess what? It's time for a car video. Uh, I wanted to do a little bit of a follow-up on my videos from a couple or a few months ago about um, dating. So, I had gone on a couple of rants about straight dating and the gender roles that go along with that. And I got a lot of comments on those. I've probably gotten the most, like, I don't know that sort of negative or critical or disagreeing comments on that the videos, than on any of my other ones, I believe. For one thing, it's interesting to note how how much a lot of people do not like traditional gender roles to be challenged. And a lot of people, I, I don't know that they were trans people. They seemed like they weren't trans people. They Some of them kind of trolled my videos a little bit, and some of them said stuff that wasn't really trolling, but it was um, like, oh well, if you want to be a man, that's what you have to do, or if you don't like those gender roles, that means that you must not actually want to be a man, or you're not actually a man, or women expect the traditional gender roles and you're just doing it wrong, or like, you're so horrible for bashing gender roles, shut up, like all kinds of comments like that. And I think it just goes to show how entrenched traditional gender roles are in our culture. And yeah, they are a cultural thing. It drives me crazy when people talk about gender roles as an evolutionary thing. And you know, there's an advice columnist, a humorous advice columnist, who gets published in a little newspaper type of thing where I live. I think she's called the Advice Goddess. I want to say Amy Alcon or something. And yeah, she's really funny. It's meant to be funny. But in the parts where she's actually trying to give clarity or advice, she always, like every single time, says stuff like, males evolved to be the tough providers, and women evolved to be protected and have babies and to seek a mate that will support her. And she's like, men evolved to want to sow their seed in as many women as possible, and all of that essentialist stuff that is way too simplistic and not even 100% true at all. And I mean, you can't reduce complex human beings with our complex brains and personalities and styles to men evolved to hunt, women evolved to raise babies. I mean, so much of gender is culturally influenced. I'm not saying that those traditional things are totally wrong or that they have zero basis in nature or whatever, because I I'm kind of in the middle where I think, yeah, I mean, I get that there is some, I don't know if I would say, well, like, evolutionary or hormonal influence. Yeah, okay, there's some, but a lot of it is culture. Look at different cultures in the world. Look at cultures at different times in history. They have different gender roles, different expectations. I mean, yeah, most of the world for most of history has been a patriarchy, but that's not to say it isn't culture. Um, And you can really see that as a trans person. You can see how it's about culture and stuff you have learned and expectations. Because, you know, for me, this is really not entirely what I was wanting to talk about in this video. I'm kind of going off on this, but let me just finish briefly. So, for me, who was born as female and was raised to be female and was raised and actually did follow the traditions, like all the stuff that women are supposed to do, like don't be too loud, don't be too outspoken and bitchy. Um, you're gonna grow up to have children. Um, I learned all of that stuff. So I think my very situation totally undermines those people who are like, traditional gender roles are part of evolution, and that's how it's supposed to be, that's how it is for everyone, period. No. I grew up as female, as I've just been saying, and then now I'm a trans man living as male, and so I think I kind of disprove that argument that evolution leads females to be a certain way and leads males to be a certain way. I mean, maybe biologically, but not in terms of like what you do on a date. I was taught one aspect of culture, you know, how to be a female, and then I learned another aspect of culture, how to act like a man. And it's about learning and culture and interaction with people. It's not about this, it's not mainly about this evolutionary crap. You can act however you want. There are all kinds of cultures, which leads me to what was supposed to be my main point, that, okay, I'm gonna come back around to that connection, maybe. Okay, so I had been saying in my rants about straight dating that I didn't want to date women who identified as straight or who had only heterosexual experience, and I said it would kind of be cool if I could date lesbians who were into being with a man at least to some degree, which, yeah, I know that then they wouldn't be lesbians, they'd be queer or something. But I wanted to add a little more nuance to that because I think that was a little simplistic and a little extreme because I was feeling in a ranting mood at the time. So, the way that I actually feel is that, I mean, who really cares about how a person labels themselves, or who even cares about the experience they've had up to this point, as long as they match with me, by which I mean I want to be with someone who isn't so rigidly into the traditional gender roles. Like, yeah, that, and there are all kinds of straight people who are like that. I mean, my brother, for example, is straight, and he seems to be like that. You know, he's more of a liberal, mm, sort of hippie. I know that's reductive. I'm just saying that because that is something people understand. Um, and he's into the same thing that I'm into, I think, which is having a real, genuine relationship with another human being where, yeah, I mean, sure, maybe you do some of the traditional gender role things. Like, I enjoy opening doors for women. It just seems nice and polite and makes me feel good, I guess. And I do enjoy, and beyond that, I need to be recognized as a man and need to act like a man, whatever that means, at certain times, whether it's stuff like opening doors or stuff like, well, to give a completely different example, like sex. Um, so, yeah, there's a reason why I transitioned, because to a large extent, I do obviously feel like a man. So, no, I don't want to be in a lesbian relationship. Um, so, yeah, I get that with dating, I'm sort of in a straight situation, and that makes sense. I'm attracted to women. I feel like a man, so that's fine. But while I want to be able to be myself and do things that feel right for me, that involves certain gender roles, but it also involves having enough flexibility with the gender roles and feeling comfortable in a relationship with a person where I can, like, be vulnerable, be open, be sensitive, cry sometimes, have a more egalitarian relationship, um, and where a woman can be in charge sometimes in certain ways, or pay for things if that's how we want to do it, or just do it as we go along. And yeah, if sometimes it seems really straight, fine. That's fine. But I just don't want to have something sort of forced on me. I don't want to have these expectations that feel so artificial. That's the word, artificial, in a way that doesn't feel satisfying. That is really what I was talking about in those rant videos. I just want to be real with a person. That's all. And yeah, I guess it would kind of be a straight relationship. There's nothing wrong with that in itself. It's just I want to be genuine and have both people feel able to express whatever type of role or mode or whatever they want to express at any given time. So that's really what I was getting at. So I thought I would clarify. And does that connect to what I was talking about a minute ago about gender roles? Yeah, because gender roles can be fun at certain moments, and I don't want to totally erase gender, no. But nor do I want to be stuck against my will. Nor do I want to be viewed as like a cardboard cutout Ken doll with no individuality. So, there you go. I hope that makes some sense. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.